so many communities around that are already drawn into the market. How this kind of life is very different. It's like an oasis in a desert.
I'm really motivated by all these visits to reflect upon the conditions for survival of this type of initiatives. There is plenty of voluntarism in these constructions of another type of life, day-to-day life. In the middle, as you mentioned, of this in this type of oasis that they have created, in the middle of the tornado of the day-to-day life of the market and capitalism and greediness and all this stuff. I think that all the limitations, but also all the possibilities and the strength of the people in terms of sustaining this alternative way of defending their life, defending their economy, are really a lesson for what we are trying to build up in Latin America.
The Namajuan village, population 1,400, the Peasants Cooperative was set up in 2004. They have village cultural festivals, vibrant art performance teams, and elderly persons association. The women dance, sing, play Tai Chi, and have fun.
Namma case, I really enjoy it, and there is hope in it. Although I also understood how difficult it is to realize what friends are trying to do. The cooperative building isn't so easy, and particularly economic side is a weakness. But it's complemented by the organization of cultural groups and women's groups and so on. And that is great. Still the problem about the economic aspect of it remains. And so it's a very encouraging experience. But at the same time, I felt that things are still to be worked out and tamed.
There was more happiness and we enjoy that quite a bit. We share on that. But yet I felt that in both cases I didn't find this relationship with the land that I miss so much in agriculture that I find in the others. So, and even if you go organic and you don't recover your relationship, which is a sacred relationship with the land, I don't find that that's going to lead us to my feeling.
I loved in the cooperative of peasants that people think not only in economics but also in cultural problems, the cultural issues, and the women have time to dance and to make Tai Chi, and this is very nice. And altogether, I would like the women in Latin America and Mexico can see this film and do the same, because they have to be together.
So, Zhoujiaduang village in Hebei province, it is the only one people's commune in China now. Their labor is still recorded by work points. The population is 13,000. They have a total revenue of 652 million yuan, net income 148 million yuan, yet they have 2/3 of them net income distributed among the commune members.
I think it's a very interesting experience to compare with our organization, our Occidental organization, with the people living by yourself and without egalitarian relation, and it's very important to open and to create in the people the experience to live in community with more solidarity. And I think it's very important for us to know that it's possible to build a community with the well-being as the main purpose of life.
Experience that is plenty of interesting lessons, both around the issue of the so-called primitive socialist accumulation, but also in terms of the possibilities of credit, the constitution of a sovereign system of credit at the local level. And the credit union has created some important capabilities that I believe are not still fully exploited in benefit of the community, in benefit of the population, because they had a lot of deposits that are not used in the community, and they don't have, because of the normative, they don't have other option than to be deposited in the national bank, in the state-owned bank. And at the same time, they have some loans at high interest rates, at 7.5 interest rates, that could be rearranged in another possibility in order to deploy other productive forces internally, or maybe to replicate that experience, that social experience, in another place, creating a mechanism of mitosis, of reproduction of the same type of communitarian social relations of production, making use both of the historical experience of this commune, but also of the productive experiences in terms of the productive and financial assets that they had accumulated.
Well, about the commune, I want to say that they have lands and maybe an income for a month or for a year, but the issue that I want to remark is not how many yuans do they earn. It's not so important, because it's one of the earns. They also have this idea to work together for a goal, and that's one very important thing to live. To live happy, to live with something for other people. So they work for the thing that is common with others, and they share a dream with actions, very concrete. But sometimes I feel they are a little isolated, maybe very isolated, because they are the only community in all China. So it's not easy to be an island. So that's why I think they are maybe well bought with some solidness. But anyway, they are a group. They share many things to work, to live, to be very hard worker. Sometimes they said that they don't need money, and maybe it's because they relativize the money for many necessities. We have many necessities, not only the material, and that's why maybe they say they don't ask for money to the financial office.
I feel so happy about it. And seeing some of those things that are happening in the rural areas, especially we are doing rural reconstruction and visiting some of the rural reconstruction areas, it's really very, very important for me.
But overall, I think it's very important to begin with what we have. And in that sense, this program is very, very important and in one spot of the process.
It is a very important opportunity to know how people find different solutions and alternatives for different problems they have to affront. And sometimes they are similar from ours in Latin America, like the organic market and so on. But it's really nice to know how people arrange their lives.
Agriculture that is being practiced is actually industrial agriculture, even in a small scale or large scale. But the idea is more or less that the pursuit of agriculture not for itself, but for instance, to nurture biodiversity.
Well, I think that the experience of the comparison between these different villages and to discover that some different modalities and different perspectives in terms of communitarian relationships of production with some degree of success is very important for the rest of the world and for the progressive forces in order to understand the possibility of building up another type of world and to organize the society and the economy from other perspectives, from other points of view, from other ethics, from other values. Of course, in the different villages, we have still a lot of interrogants about the Preobrazhensky's primitive socialist accumulation problem, and also with respect to the structure of incentives and what Charles Bettelheim used to mention in terms of computation of labor units and in general the allocation of human talents and physical productive assets. I think that we still need to work theoretically and operatively in these issues in terms of making this type of experiences replicable in other parts of the world, including the same China. The possibilities that the people in those villages have created, making possible, making viable this type of options, had opened a lot of perspectives in terms of new constructions for the grassroots organizations, and also in terms of a much more rich option of social organization and political and productive possibilities. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lau Chi, for the presentation of the field trip report. We have now to end this opening session with Professor Wen Tianjin's address, which will also touch upon briefly his remarks on these trips. Professor Wen is, of course, maybe the expert on agricultural studies and economics in China. He's also the executive dean of the Institute of Advanced Studies for Sustainability, which is the unit that is working primarily on this project and working in collaboration with Ningnan University's Kuanfeng Center and the Department of Cultural Studies. This time, Professor Wen, please.
Thank you very much. And first of all, I suppose that you need to know that it's a silent Chinese group. Many of you has attend the World Social Forum and the World Alternative Forum, and I'm also joined this forum